My name is Loren Bosch. I'm the head of managed services for the Access Kenya Group Internet Solutions in East Africa. So, most of you will be aware that it's probably about a year and a half ago, Internet Solutions acquired Access Kenya in the local marketplace. We've put the two businesses together, but we have two fairly distinct flows in the business. So we have an ISP part of the business, and we have a managed services part of the business. So I suppose if you want to relate that to what we were in the past, the ISP part of the business is traditionally what Access Kenya used to offer in the marketplace, and the managed services part of the business is the kind of services that Internet Solutions offers in the market. I mean, the technology is available. I mean, cloud is one of those overutilized, sort of almost abused terms nowadays. It has been around for a very long time. It's been part of our product sets for a very long time, even before we started talking about cloud. A simple thing like getting your mail from your internet service provider is a cloud service and has been around for a long time. So East Africa has had no issues with adopting the possibilities from cloud and the services that you get from that. And certainly there are a number of platforms here that are available to offer those kinds of services, and products in many guises. So yeah, I think we're fairly well represented as far as the continent goes. There's a lot happening at the moment. There's a lot of development, lots of new product initiatives coming, so it's an exciting space. It's not something that brings rain. Typically, a cloud service is a service that a customer can consume in a pay-per-use kind of way. So if we take the example of a mailbox, one of our services is a hosted exchange mailbox. A client can come to us and say that they would like 50 mailboxes and they would like 2 gigs of storage space for each of those mailboxes. So the engagement with the client or the consumer at the end of the product is a consumption-based model generally, and it's based on just a monthly service fee. It doesn't generally require capex. And in the back end, typically a cloud service is run off a multi-tenanted type of platform, which means one set of architecture, one set of hardware, one set of software applications that can serve multiple clients. And obviously the benefits of cloud services are numerous. For the end user and client, they get the opportunity to leverage off infrastructure that's managed by somebody who has expertise and specific skills to manage that kind of environment, and access to a better price point because of the economies of scale that you get from a multi-tenanted environment. There's kind of a blend across all of those. If you take the financial sector, for argument's sake, there will be a blend there of some parts of the environment are private cloud and very security driven and very internally focused. So they would have their own data center environment that only their internal users can access. And then there'll be public cloud type of solutions that they tap into, where they are making use of a platform, for argument's sake, in our environment. And allowing their users access to that. So there's generally a blend across all of those things. I don't think strategically clients do or should think about whether they're going private cloud or whether they're going public cloud or any of those combinations. That what they should be thinking about is, what service am I after? What are my objectives? What are the parameters that are important for me? And defining those things will determine ultimately whether the solution you're deploying is private cloud or public cloud or a blend of those. There are obviously many ways to skin a cat. Yeah. Well, our focus is obviously corporate, so we have very much a business focus, even in the internet solutions. In the internet service provider space. So it's from mid-sized businesses upwards, or right through the spectrum. Mid-size, large enterprise, multinational, regional, and even global clients are the kind of clients that we pursue in terms of our service offering, and that's the niche that we want to play in. So we don't really have a set of consumer-driven products or even SME broadband style products in our network. Well, I mean, I think we share that belief. It's and quite frankly, we get a lot of leverage from being part of the Internet Solutions Group. We're obviously part of a much broader group of companies, and ultimately owned by a Japanese company called NTT, who are global leaders in the provision of cloud-driven services and content, and so there's a lot of opportunity for us to leverage off that. We're doing quite a lot of product development. There's a big push for us to move away from just connectivity type of engagements with our clients, and to be able to offer value. And value really comes from the other solutions and services that you can deploy around the connectivity that you offer your clients. So certainly for us strategically, it's a big focus to diversify our revenue stream, and to make sure that we build traction in that space. Yeah. Well, it's funny. I get this question quite often. For me, there's a fairly simple conclusion that you can make. It's unlikely that even an enterprise in Kenya is going to be able to justify making the investment in highly trained and skilled security people, who are qualified and able to manage and implement highly secure environments. For a company like Access Kenya and Internet Solutions, it's critical that we do that. It's a core part of our business, that there is security in our network, security in our data center environment, security across all of our software platforms and hardware platforms. So we can justify making that investment, and have made that investment. Which means that we are in a far better position than the general enterprise out there to provide an environment that's secure. And that means that you can safely assume that if you move into a cloud-driven space within the Access Kenya Internet Solutions environment, that your data and your information is secure, much more so than if you were going to go out there and try and build that capacity out yourself. So, I mean, Access Kenya is known as a corporate ISP. Our metro fiber network in Nairobi is now close to 600 kilometers. We've got just over 800 buildings connected to that fiber network. We're also rolling out parallel to that a GPON network, which is also a fiber technology, to extend the footprint of the network in Nairobi, Mombasa, and elsewhere in the country. It's important, I suppose, in our network rollout to understand that our focus is business and corporate oriented. So it's not like we will, go into neighborhoods and roll out networks to get to people's houses. That's not part of where we position ourselves. So we have a very specific and targeted approach to how the network is being rolled out. We obviously run, two wireless networks as well. We have a WiMAX and a Motorola Canopy network running also, that provide auxiliary services off of that. So, our footprint is expanding rapidly, continues to expand. We're often pushed by our clients to expand into the spaces that they're expanding into to be able to provide them with connectivity. And I don't think it's likely to stop. So the technologies that we're using in the core of the network, and certainly in the fringes that we're rolling out, are state of the art, and we are, I think, in a position now to really be very competitive, even from a footprint point of view, in the corporate space. So yeah, I mean, infrastructure, that core backbone bit is really, really important. Having the reach to actually extend to your clients' locations is really critical to us. Once a client is on our network, we're then able to start talking about all the other value added services that they can get from us. Yes, I mean, I'm very happy to say that the regulatory environment relative to our industry in Kenya is very progressive. It's one of the reasons our industry has been able to move forward as fast as it has. The marketplace has always been very open. We haven't had a monopolized environment for a very long time, like we've seen in other examples, and that has allowed us to accelerate through competition in the market and through commercial drivers. To really extend the reach of the networks and technologies in the country. So, certainly I think the government can take a lot of credit for that. The regulatory space allows us to move forward, and certainly the government's own intent to consume technology better and, provide services, end-to-end services to its people through technology, I think is a very exciting driver for us. And there are many studies with varying results, but I think generally the perception and understanding is that the average Kenyan is more technology savvy than most other African countries, and I think that has a lot to do with that. Well, there are quite a few companies who'd like to think that they're our competitors. I suppose, for us, the value sits in our relationship with our clients and our intimacy with our clients and our understanding of their environments and their needs. Certainly, from a Pan-African point of view, we do have some competitors in the marketplace here. I'd say, Liquid Telecoms and Orange Telecom would probably be the forerunners in terms of an African competitor for us. And probably those same players in the region, but our bouquet of services and certainly the level of service that we offer our clients, I think, is the thing that sets us aside, and is the thing that keeps our clients loyal. Yeah. I ride motorbikes. If my head's not in the cloud, it's in a helmet. Yes.